Hello ninjas and welcome to our first video. I know it's a bit unusual that we're not together on the podcast yet, and I do apologize that we didn't bring the video, that we didn't post the video right on time, but we will make sure that it's worth the wait. So my name is Philip,
Johan.
and on this channel you will find a lot of mini podcasts with people that are in the entrepreneurs world, that are working on the online or offline business, and we're going to do a lot of researches on different businesses such as real estate. We're going to do researches on the cryptocurrencies. So basically we're going to give you valuable information in the business world. And for today's mini podcast, we prepared you a special guest, my dear friend, and Jovan. Tell them what we got prepared for them today.
We have a guest from London. His name is Boban. He's in network marketing industry and he has a network, guys, in more than 10 countries. So today he's going to talk about his story. He will give us some tips and tricks how to build an online business. So stay here till the end so you can get valuable information. And guess what? Enjoy our first mini podcast in this channel. So see you on the other side. Hello, Boban. How are you?
Hello, I'm very good. How about you guys?
We're great, thanks. How you feel?
I feel so much energized right now, well, because this is my first time doing something like this, so I feel very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to a new experience, something that I've never done in my life. How about yourselves, guys?
So thank you for accepting this invitation, and thanks a lot for that, because we're going to make a lot of podcasts in the future, but this is our first, and you have a pleasure to be our first guest. So can we start right now?
Yeah, of course. Hit it on.
So let's get it. So how to start an online business in 2021?
Well, that's a really, really interesting question, and a lot of people are asking themselves the same one, but it's a really big area, big gray area, where I'm sure we're gonna dive into more details like further on in this podcast. But I think the only way to jump into business in general is first to decide that you want to, like, really, really decide that you want to do a business for yourself, and then invest in you first before even joining any sort of business or opening a business. Invest in your own education first. Get to know what you're about to do. So that kind of sums up, I think.
Yeah, that was a great one. So hello from me as well, Boban. And I wanted to ask you, so what do you recommend to the new people that are trying to get into the online business, like nowadays in the 2021, for example? What is your recommendation to look up for something before starting the online business?
Well, first of all, you need to decide where you want to go. But the most important thing for me was who is my role model? Who am I going to follow? Because in jumping in business, and if you're on your own, in these times, it's very rough. So you make sure you have someone you follow. You make sure you have a role model. And when you find that role model, just copy and paste, just see what they're doing, buy their course or follow them if you have opportunity to meet them in person. Whoever they are, they can be your best friend. They can be someone that distant person or whatever, find that person and just stick to it, follow them. And I think that's like the good way to start something new, by someone showing you the way. And also you need to lay a good foundation of education before you jump into that.
Talk about the pandemic. You know that the world is facing with one of the biggest pandemics in the whole history.
Yeah.
So how do you think that the pandemic made people aware that the online business is better than the offline business? For you, what is the difference and what is better to do at this pandemic situation?
Are we talking about the general for everyone, or just for the people who are looking for business?
Yeah, let's talk about general.
First of all, people are not aware. General people are not aware. The people who got aware about the online opportunities are the people who were not yet decided whether they wanted to do it or not. So this was the final push. this was the final push that made them, okay, now I have to really, really do things. But the people who were not in that kind of mindset, not looking for anything, they're still the same. Nothing's changed with them, you know. And I really felt that during this time, you know, only the people who really, really were kind of in the middle, whether they should start something, whether they should do something a little bit more, those are the people that got this extra push from the pandemic. The regular people, they just stay regular, even more regular in this pandemic. So it's really weird, but that's how I kind of felt it. And I know that the people who are going to be watching this will agree with me if they experienced any types of communications with people in general, because I do a lot, you know, through my business.
Yeah, so you know, when people are trying to start an online business, they always come with the first question, how much it will cost. So people think that starting an online business is a scam, first of all, because nowadays there's a lot of scammers, you know, and they're scared of some pyramid schemes, some scammers, they're going to take away their money and stuff like that. So what do you say to the new people who are trying to start an online business? What is the budget? What is the money that they need to have in order to start the business? For example, 100 euros, 1,000 maybe, with zero money. What is your opinion?
Really, the real question is how much it will cost them if they don't start the business, you know. But the funny thing is that these days you can pretty much start from scratch. Like, you really, really don't need a lot of money to jump into an online business, to be honest, you know, because there are so many opportunities right now out there, you know, waiting for hungry people, waiting for ambitious people. So I think there are opportunities that you can start with zero money, and there are opportunities that will cost you some money. But at the end of the day, it's not the question of how much it will cost them to start. It will how much it will cost them if they don't start, you know, something in this pandemic. So if you think about it, it's a really tricky thing.
Great. So you work right now as a network marketer, right?
Yes, I do.
You're in network marketing industry.
Network marketing it is.
One of the biggest industries in the world at the moment.
Biggest industry in the world.
Yeah, business. I do a research that network marketing is growing every single day. So let's talk about this. How was your start? How did you came in network marketing industry, network marketing business as well?
Well, people who are in network marketing, they know what network marketing means. So first of all, let me explain what network marketing is. There are some products and services that cannot be promoted through advertising, regular advertising, TV, social media, billboards, whatever. So the company decides the other way to use the word of mouth, to use the people's recommendation, and the money that are supposed to go to the regular advertising are now going to the people, you know, who recommend this. And that's what actually network marketing is. But how I got involved in network marketing was completely by accident, and I didn't even know that I was in network marketing for the first year. So it's very interesting, and it's a beautiful industry, because to me it felt like a real entrepreneurship at the start, at the beginning. And I figured out it was network marketing a year after that. I fell in love with the company. I fell in love with the way they were doing things. I fell in love with the leaders in the company. So that's how I kind of started, by accident. I didn't know I was in network marketing. I enjoyed the services. I recommended the services, and it was beautiful. And I'm so thankful that I did.
So you have feelings against network marketing, right?
Of course. Well, look, it's not like I'm in love with it, you know. But it's a feeling that fills me up, you know. And a lot of people that I meet, a lot of people out there looking for something. They know they kind of have this hole inside of them, you know, that needs to be filled. So I can tell you that this fills me up, you know. This gives me a satisfaction while I'm doing it. So it's a pleasure always, and meeting people and doing these kind of things it's an amazing.
Great. So Phil?
Yeah, so let me ask you this question, because it's very important. I think the audience wants to know, and other people as well, because when they go on an interview to get a job, they always get the answer of how much money they're gonna earn at the end of the month. sort of paycheck. So in network marketing, it doesn't work like that. So when someone starts, and because they have the 9 to 5, I mean, most of them have the 9 to 5 mindset, and they're like, how much money I'm gonna earn at the end of the month. So what do you say to the people when they ask you the question of how much money I'm gonna make at the end of the month if I start, let's say today?
I would say as much as you want. There's really no limits how much money you can make. It's up to your beliefs, and up to your actual limits. That's the beautiful thing about network marketing. As you said, that a lot of people, 95% of the people are locked in this area where they first agree the money that they're going to receive, not that the value they're going to give to that job, and they're always looking for the money. And that's why they always complain that there's shortage of money, because that's the only thing they chase. They don't bring value to the table. In network marketing or in entrepreneurship in general, you first need to bring the value to the table, and then they pay you for the value. So if you're a very valuable person, you're gonna be paid a heck of a lot, And
it's really important to say that you don't get a paycheck. You can maybe not even get a paycheck in the first 3 months, 6 months. Depends on how much you work. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at the beginning, you're underpaid. At the beginning, you're underpaid. And then there's a point of time where you're just paid enough for your actions, for your effort. And then there's the third stage where you're just overpaid the rest of your life.
So we all know that today the most important thing in the business is social media, right? Yeah. So let's jump into the marketing side. Do you have any secret way of growing your network using social media, and how is that going for you at the moment?
Well, it's not a secret, but a lot of people just don't know about it, and it's a public secret, But the thing is, you just need someone to tell you that you need to be doing this, and you need to repeat it a lot of times, Do you guys know that you're allowed to text other people on social media? Mm-hmm. That's the point of social media, to communicate, to build friendships, to build relationships, right?
Yeah.
To meet new people, to expand your horizons. So you're allowed. The thing is, people are just kind of scared to go out there and create some new relationships, new connections, network in general, But when you start networking with people, when you start using those platforms to reach out to other people, to try to help, to try to solve their problems, it's much easier, It's much easier. And then the sales are just coming themselves, People gonna reach back to you. People gonna look what you're doing. Maybe they're gonna be interested in what you're doing. Maybe not. Maybe you're just gonna become friends. Maybe you're gonna become business partners. But it's all about reaching out to people,
Yeah. So Phil?
Yeah. So in your opinion, what it takes for a person to become a leader, to make a group that follows him, to make a network, to make a team that is going to follow him in order to grow the network?
Well, here is a funny thing, how I understood things at the beginning. Leaders, it's a really, really interesting thing, and the world needs them so much right now. There's a lack of leadership out there, Leaders is not a title, Leaders is not something that can be given, and it's not something that can be achieved. Leader is actually a regular person stepping into the shoes of a leader and taking the responsibility, because in order for you to have a team, in order for you to build a following of people, you need to be a responsible person. It's like a parent, like the parent, when they're ready to become parents, they decide that now they're going to have to change some things, that I have to become a responsible role models for their child, for their kid. So they step into those shoes deliberately. And here is the same thing. If you want to become a leader, you need to step up in the shoes of a leader. How do you do that? Look up to someone who is a leader. Look up to them, see what they're doing, see how they do things, and just do the same thing. Take responsibility. When it's hard, be there, When get the knowledge. Always be the person that is most prepared around your people, because they're gonna need that. They're gonna draw from that. They're gonna take your energy. When you're around them, you can help them. Because if your group of people doesn't feel like you can help them, then what's the point? You're not really a leader, are you? someone else is going to step up in your place.
So in order to become a leader, I think one of the most important thing is to get an education, to read a lot, to educate yourself, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you want to be a leader, if you want to lead a group of people, you need to be well educated. You need to know certain things. You know, you need to be able to relate. And even if you're not be able to relate, you need to use other people's stories in order to relate to other people. You know, but I think most of the time is just showing up, just being there for your people. You know, all the time. And whenever someone is in need, whenever someone needs your help, just be there, man. You know, step up. Whenever it's your time, step up. Don't hide. If the ball is coming in your feet, take responsibility, you know, and people are gonna notice that, and they're gonna want to be around someone who takes responsibility, someone who takes charge, you know, and people feel safe that way. So that means you're gonna grow even more, you're gonna get more confident, and your following is gonna grow automatically. So
Yeah.
so I think it's just like a regular person stepping into the shoes of being a leader. How? Find someone who's a leader, see what they're doing, copy them, and take a responsibility, you know. Don't back off when things get hard. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, very simple one. So as you all know, today it's everyone from the internet and out of the internet, they're all working online. Everything is going online. So let me ask you this. Which way do you prefer growing your network? Offline or online?
Both, you know. Why? Because in my first couple of years in the network marketing, I built my team offline, and it was a hard road, you know. Only until a year and a half ago, when we really decided that we should start, you know, looking at the social media and how social media works. But why I say both is because on social media, online, you can meet a lot more people in a short amount of time. But in order to expand those relationships, in order to become a friend with someone, in order to build on that, you know, you need to meet that person in life, you know, and then that person will have connections. So basically what I'm trying to say is meeting people online, doing this pre-qualification online, learning about them, who they are and how they do, but the end is always offline. Offline is the real deal, and it always will be. So first step is meeting them online, but you have to move it offline. And I think that's the golden egg, you know, in in how to build your network, you know, in the future.
Yeah. So let me ask you about your future goals. I mean, what do you expect in the short amount of time? What do you expect in a long period of time? So what is your short period of time goal? What is your long-term goal for like next 5 years, let's say?
Yeah, well, I usually don't tell people what my goals are, you know, because I want to keep it to myself. But you
Just
know
a little sneak peek.
what my mentor says is tell the world, you know, and then figure it out. So, well, basically, there are every entrepreneur, every person who is a visionary should have two types of goals, you know, and that's your micro goals and your macro goals. And your micro goals, it should be on a daily basis. You know, you need to have small goals that you need to hit on a daily basis. And those goals will boost up your confidence, will boost up your energy if you achieve them on a daily basis. That can be from a simple things like making a lunch, like a nice lunch. That can be like reading 30 pages of a book, doing a couple of meetings online. And if you constantly do that on a daily basis, your confidence is going to boom, it's going to explode over a month or 2 or 3, you know, and you guys know what I'm talking about because you've been doing that in the past year, so you know how it feels. But on the other side, you need to know your long-term goal, and that's your macro goal, that's your 5-year plan, that's your 10-year plan. So my 5-year plan would be a 7-figure earner, having a team in over 30 countries, 500,000 people in the entire organization, and being able to afford myself and my family a much better life than what it is right now. And I'm not going to go into too much details, but obviously I one of my other dreams and goals is to become a public speaker, not just for my team, but also a public speaker, you know, that I can help other people outside this entrepreneurship and business wise, you know. So that's kind of my 5-year goal. it's mostly focused on the financial situation, mostly focused on material things. But once I sort out those things, I think that will lay a foundation for a lot of time. And then with time, with being free comes happiness. And I think money do really buy happiness.
Great. So let me ask you the last question, okay? So we know, and probably there will be a lot of young people, maybe future entrepreneurs, maybe other people who will watch this podcast. So any advices for young people, Bobby?
Well, I've been doing this a lot in the past year or two, you know, because I work with a lot of young guys, and when they join my team, they ask me the same question all the time. And I know people are going to be watching this, they're going to be wondering the same thing. Okay, what the hell do you tell them, you know? What is the secret sauce, you know, to start something? Guess what, guys? Go out there and fail. Dare to fail, you know, because a lot of people do not start online businesses because they're scared to fail, you know, or they're scared to be accepted again from their society, from their people, you know, because in order for you to become an entrepreneur or to have an online business, you kind of need to change some habits that you have right now. And every change is scary, and people are scared of how they're going to look in front of other people, or even failing what they started. Oh my days, what's going to happen if I fail? I'll lose money. People are going to see me as a failure. So what? Go and fail, because that's how I learned. That's how I got to this version that I am right now. This is not. This doesn't happen. It didn't happen overnight. This is pain. This is sweat, blood. You know. This is endless, sleepless nights and wasting a lot of money and a lot of time on the wrong things. And that's how you're gonna learn. That's how you're gonna get better. So the only advice I have right now for everyone who's getting involved in something, traditional business, online business, whatever it is, a sport or anything of you want to do, go out there and dare to fail hard, you know. That's how you're gonna learn.
Okay, Boban, it was a pleasure to have you, man, on the podcast. I think that really you gave some valuable information to the people out there watching. And I hope we're gonna get you on some next podcast as well with some other people, that we're gonna exchange things, we're gonna exchange experiences, and we're gonna help other people watching this video maybe become an entrepreneur.
The pleasure was mine, you know. I enjoyed every minute of it, well, thank you for giving me also the opportunity to share some of my story and some of my details, which I've never done before publicly. So let's see how things are going to turn out.
Thanks a lot for accepting our invitation, and I hope this will be helpful for any other people who will watch this video. So Phil,
thank you guys so much for watching this video until the end. I hope you find this information helpful. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because it will mean a lot to grow the channel and have more videos. Also, comment down below of what kind of videos would you like to see, any suggestions for us, and see you in the next one.